Men's 2017 welcome Shroff. Finally, here he is.
पीछे बैठना छोटे आगे बार राइट में अगर एक बार टाइगर सेट सामने सर आगे बार कैमरा आगे बार काट दो काट दो मंगो टाइगर यार आ जाइए सर टाइगर सर चलते रहो पीछे चलते रहो जी जी पीछे ध्यान दे ना आया संभाल आराम चलते रहो आराम से चलते रहिए स्टेप चलते रहो पीछे रहो स्पीड बढ़ाओ पीछे चलते रहो पीछे इधर जाना है चलते रहो लुक अच्छा है वैसे लुक
Now request for our dignitaries and Tiger Shroff.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Times Group, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to Mumbai International Motor Show. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. The morning is bright and I hope the day gets better. We are fortunate to have with us today Mr. Tiger Shroff, one among the most prominent action stars in the industry. Mr. Shroff has graciously agreed to be our chief guest today. We welcome him to the event and we thank him as well for taking out time to attend this event. We have with us today eminent members of the auto industry and we thank them for their trust and patronage over the last many years. As you are all aware, Times of India is the world's largest circulated English daily. We strive to create a meaningful dialogue between brands and consumers. This is the second largest show in the country in a very short span of time. All this have been possible thanks to support of our esteemed members from the auto industry who have always been there to encourage us by their participation and appreciation. We realize has been successfully drawing large crowd from auto enthusiasts across the country. This year as well, we will showcase some of the largest global automotive brands here who are displaying their latest offerings. Our objective
is none other than Tiger Shroff. Can we have a huge round of applause for him once again? So Tiger, we would like to know, we have a mic right there for you. Yes. So we would like to know more about your passion for cars and bikes.
जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, ever since I was a child, my father has been, very fond of cars and bikes. So I remember ever since he used to shoot for Hero, he used to have a dirt bike which he had used in the film as well. And he used to have a Fiat back then, which he used in Parinda also, most of his films. He's fond of cars. Throughout the span of his career, he's bought a lot of cars. So I think ever since the first word I ever said growing up was, some sort of a car, I remember. So, because of my father. However, nowadays I'm more into bikes, cycles, especially because of the Mumbai traffic. It's more convenient to ride a bike around. But my father doesn't allow me. So, other than the films, I don't really get a chance to ride a bike or anything. But I'm very thankful that I've got to see a lot of great cars, thanks to my dad's passion for cars. So, yeah.
Okay, so we would also like to know your favorite brand when it comes to cars and bikes. Which is your favorite brand?
My favorite brand when it comes to cars and bikes.
I know, too difficult.
Sorry?
Too difficult to name.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great models and so many great brands. Can't name any. But I don't know. I think I like Yamaha very much. Yamahas is nice. Really, I don't know too many, but I'm aware that there are all of them are just equally fantastic brands.
Okay, last one. We would also like to know your experience when it comes to car and bike in your action movies.
Well, in my action movies, more than car and bikes, ज़्यादातर हाथ पैर चलाता हूँ. So it's very rare that I've had an action sequence with cars and bikes. But in general scenes and all, I get a chance to ride bikes. Bullet Enfield is a bike that I first rode in my first film. And in my second film, Baghi, also I got a chance to ride the Enfield. This is the only bike I've ridden thus far.
Okay, thank you so much, Tiger. Now I would like to ask Mr. Lalit Chaudhary that what is
आपकी पहली बाइक या कार कौन सी थी? What was the model and how many bikes or car you own?
I don't own any.
अरे क्या देख रहे हो यार, प्लीज यार, कैमरा है ना आप यार.
Father
कॉल कर रहे हो यार.
has a bike और मेरे पास एक गाड़ी है Chevrolet Cruze. I don't like fancy.
When did you learn driving and when was the first time when you
बचपन से मुझे याद है पापा का गोद पे बैठ के चलाता था गाड़ी. I used to think I used to drive. He used to drive the car and I used to just hold the steering and sort of, think that I used to drive the car. But I learned how to drive shooting Hero Bandi. हाँ जी.
Next question.
anyone? The mic is right there on the left side. Hi Tiger, this
Hi,
is
ma'am.
Priyanka.
Hi.
Belated happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Recently, on your birthday only, Mr. Ram Gopal Verma tweeted that, you should learn machoism from your dad and he poses more like a man than you
Right,
do.
right.
So, your mother also reacted to it.
Right.
What's your take on that? What do you have to say about that?
I can never be half the man my father is. I mean, he's the original hero, and even if I tried, I could never be like my father. But I think everybody has a freedom of speech, and he's a senior director. There's not much I can say to him. But I try to be my own individual, and I try to be different and express my individuality as much as I can. That being said, some may appreciate my artistic expression, some may not. So yeah, to each his own, man. It's really fine.
So Tiger, when you say so that you are not a huge big biker and all that, you don't, you are a safe, you drive safe. So which is that thing what prompted you to come to this motor show? Which is that thing what attracted?
A lot of my friends, of course, my father, you know, I've always been fascinated by cars and all, and they're beautiful to look at, you know. So I like, they're very aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So yeah, I like watching and admiring just these beautiful creations, really.
So Tiger, a lot of sports related to this motor car and show is happening now in India. So where do you see India in competing to the car racing and all that?
Sorry, I didn't get your
A
question.
lot of sports related to car racing is happening in India now. Recently, the Grand Prix car racing happened in Noida and all that. So where do you see India in car racing arena?
I really don't know much about car racing, sir. But I'm sure with the exposure we're getting to these vehicles, and we've always had a lot of talented drivers. As far as I'm aware, I know Nirayan Karthikeyan sir is a fair racer, and he was in the Formula One. So I think now that we're getting the exposure to these vehicles, a lot of drivers can get a chance to experience them, and hopefully now that we have a circuit in Noida, like you said, if we can practice, I'm sure, yeah, there's a bundle of talent here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Do we have any more? Okay, we'll take two more. Yes, two more.
Hello. Sir, recently the Tiger Shroff. Tiger Shroff made. Sir, hello. Sir, Ram Gopal Verma ne
I can't hear you, sir. आप यहाँ के बोल रहे हो?
What is your comment about people who are threatening women in the society? What would you like to say to them?
Threatening women in society.
There is a lot of bullying happening.
On social media, he's trying to know.
I think that's a very uneducated thing to do, sir. Yeah, there's not much I can say. It's obvious for everybody to know. I mean, that's a very niche thing to do. I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe it should be a little more strict, I believe everybody does have the freedom of speech, but there's some limits that shouldn't be crossed, and it's sad that some people aren't aware of that and aren't educated enough. So yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks to everyone for being part of this inauguration ceremony at MIMS 2017. I also thank Tiger sir
Thank you.
and all our dignitaries for being part of it. Thank you so much. Yes, definitely.
Tiger, what have you to say about this particular exhibition, and how much are you fond of car and bike?
Like I mentioned earlier, sir,
Silence.
ever since I was a child, my father has been very fascinated about cars, and he used to have all these lovely cars. I think, he keeps telling me, you should. He was foolish when he was young. He said he used to keep buying cars instead of investing in other things. But now that he's older and wiser, he keeps telling me, like, every time you earn money, you should invest in land or a house rather than vehicles and this and that. But yeah, growing up, I've just been surrounded by all these great cars, and I've just been fascinated. I mean, they're nice to look at, but me personally, I'm very much into cycles, or I like to run.
Why like that? Like lots of youngsters are like more attracted towards bikes and cars, but आपको बहुत ज़्यादा not very passionate. हालांकि बचपन से आप अपने डैड के साथ go for ride and drive actually, but फिर भी थोड़े
क्योंकि मैं खुद बहुत तेज भागता हूँ ना, तो I usually like running from Bandra to Juhu, Bandra to Khar, distances which I can travel. Yeah, I like to run, but I do have a cycle which I ride every now and then in night.
So recently there was a tweet regarding Sunny Leone and even regarding women. Ram Gopal Verma ने tweet किया था कि the kind of pleasure she gives, every woman should give. What's your take on it?
I didn't read.
So there was a tweet Ram Gopal Verma ने tweet किया था on Women's Day regarding Sunny Leone and other women. So what's your take on it?
I didn't see it.
It's like every woman should be like Sunny Leone. The kind of
Every woman should be like Sunny
yeah,
Leone.
the kind of pleasure she gives to men, everyone should give.
Wow, I thought
So yeah, so what's your take on it?
What's my take on it?
Such offending tweet he is tweeting on Women's Day.
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Because somewhere or the other, KRK and we can like people are comparing KRK and
Ram
Ram
Gopal
Gopal Verma. What is your take?
Honestly, I think every woman is beautiful and special in her own way. She doesn't have to be somebody else. I always urge people and youngsters to, believe in their individuality. So you should be just proud to be in your own skin and who you are.
But he's very close to her dad, in fact. He's very close to her dad. Yeah, that was what
Yeah, they just did a film together.
Rangila and lots of cool films. आपने उनको बचपन से देखा है तो कभी कोई ऐसी चीजें डिस्टर्ब हो जाती है like each time
जहाँ तक मुझे याद है मैं कभी मिला नहीं उनसे तो I don't know sir. I haven't met him personally as far as I recall. So, but I wish my father and the whole team Sarkar 3 all the best.
When was the first time you took your hand on the steering?
Guys, last question, last class.
I was about 1 or 2 years old.
जिस तरीके से आज के टाइम में फिल्में बन रही है कार्स को लेकर बाइक्स को लेकर आप कुछ इस तरीके की फिल्म करेंगे ऐसा फ्यूचर है प्लान किया है
The kind of movies we are getting like bikes or cars को लेकर. So
इस तरीके की फिल्में बनती हैं कार्स और बाइक प्लान किया जा रहा है तो आप इस तरीके की फिल्में फ्यूचर नजर आएंगे
शायद पर फिलहाल मुझे मार्शल आर्ट्स में मज़ा आ रहा है सर. आई लाइक हाथ पैर चलाने में मज़ा आता है rather than cars.
Tell about your future project, what's happening like this?
So right now I'm working on Munna Michael. Munna Michael is almost finished. इसके बाद Student of the Year 2 शुरू होते हैं. उसके बाद बागी 2 में घुस रहा हूँ. बस I just have these 3 things. Very much.
आराम से अपने माइक ले लेना
Let him see the car. Please move behind. Yeah. Please move behind on the sides. गाड़ी से भी लेंगे यार लेंगे. कितना लेगा बस के चलो सामने